Let's see an example of how we can create a custom operator in the Data Intelligence Modeler. Say we want to operationalize the training of a HANA ML algorithm in DI. We have seen that in principle we have a ready-to-use HANA ML training operator, so let's have a look at it. We open the configuration panel and we see that we can select the HANA instance where we want to run some embedded machine learning. Perfect. With the configuration manager option, we see that we can access all the connections that are there in our data intelligence instance. So this is very easy to use. We can establish connectivity simply by selecting the ID of the connection we want. We can also select with the dataset we want to use as input for our machine learning, which features we want to use, etc. So fantastic. Then we see that we can choose the kind of model that we want to train. And in fact, the most common machine learning scenarios are there. So we can choose between classification, clustering, regression, and time series. But the thing is that these scenarios are still pretty limited with respect to the full HANA-ML offering. So for instance, if we want to train some association models, we cannot do that with this operator. So we need to configure our custom operator, and we want to be able to call HANA-ML methods from this operator, whatever HANA-ML method. And say we want to do that from Python using the HANA-ML Python package because we are familiar with this language and it's convenient for our data scientists. So how can we do that? So we can go to the operator tab and click the plus symbol to create a custom operator. We are asked to give it a name and to select the base operator. In this case, we will pick Python 3. I have indeed already created a custom operator with these features that we need. So for simplicity, I will just open this operator and we can go over the configuration. You will get anyway step-by-step instruction to create this operator on your own. So the first thing that we can configure are the input and output ports. So in this case, I want to leave the operator very generic, so I just add an input port with type string. So this will just serve as a trigger, so the start button, let's say, for this operator. And anyways, we will have the chance to add ports where we use this operator within a graph. So then the important thing we want to look at now is the configuration tab. So here is where we need to add all the parameters we want to be displayed in the configuration dialog of our operator. So for the default HANA train operator, for instance, here we had a lot of configuration, so the connection, the dataset, the algorithm, etc. Here we want to just add the connection parameter. And to design our dialog box, we can use this JSON editor. So you see here that I have already added some JSON configuration where I said that I want a parameter called HANA connection that has to be an object, and we will need to have the choice between making a manual configuration or to use the configuration manager, etc. So basically I've borrowed this JSON snippet from the configuration of our HANA-ML train operator. So then we have the script. So here we need to put exactly what our operator should actually do. So we want it to import HANA-ML, and we want, as soon as it receives its trigger signal, we want it to establish the connection with the HANA database using the connection parameters configured through the dialog box. And once we are connected with HANA, we will execute whatever machine learning command. We can retrieve PAL and APL algorithms, etc. So this operator, once it's saved, it can be inserted in a graph, and in the configuration we will have the chance to add an HANA connection, and then we will also have the chance to adapt the Python template according to our needs.